gang, always winning, never thinning. Bricks in the vision, stacking heights like a ladder. The first reckless graduate, nothing else matters. Taught by the both KG, the professor. Class full of hitters, no time for the lesser. Blueprint sharp, every line be surgical. Gang move wild, but the hustle's vertical. Shut up, there's a takeover anthem. Backhand gang, no pressure, no tantrum. Every with a bass, the streets gon' feel it. Records on the rise, no way to conceal it. Backhand gang, backhand gang, backhand gang. What? Backhand gang, backhand gang, backhand gang. Backhand gang, backhand gang. Shut up, backhand gang, backhand gang.
Yes, people, well gone. Sorry I'm late as always. You know what, Riley, you got your supporters in the chat right now. Riley was right. Nah. Riley, you've got a lot of people here waiting to talk to you, talk to me. But people, I'm doing the show as planned. We are talking about John Terry first. And then we're going to lead into the conversation with our fellow right-wing, I don't even know what you call him now, I guess. Community member. Well, ex-community member, I don't know. I guess we'll have to decide after this stream, innit? We'll decide all those things after we speak to Riley, innit, yeah? But let's just go with this first, because recently John Terry's been in the headlines again for liking a post from a far-right group that Riley's recently joined called Restore Britain. Now, if you don't know what Restore Britain's about, I'll let some people tell you about it right now.
John Terry, a man found guilty of racially abusing a black man.
Actually, no, let's not do that one first. Let's do this one first, because this one explains to you about what they're all about.
First, with Bengali signage at a London tube station, implying this is some kind of foreign takeover of London. And here's the full sign. It's English, right there, next to the Bengali writing. But he cut that out. The sign has been bilingual since 2022 and was actually funded by the Tower Hamlets Borough Council. It was there to reflect and pay homage on the Bangladeshi community that has lived and integrated into that area over decades. Now, if you've ever been to Whitechapel or East London in general, you know how fitting that is, by the way. But of course, Rupert Lowe cropped out the part of the picture that destroys his entire argument. This guy actually uses a doctored photo to push his anti-immigration narrative, and I, for one, am shocked that a man would do this. By the way, follow me if you want to see the full picture. There are roughly 3.9 million Muslims in the UK. How many of them actually wear a burqa? Somewhere between 1,000 and 2,500 Muslim women. To put that number into perspective, there are over 1 million potholes in the UK right now that aren't being filled. But no, this is what Rupert Lowe decides what needs to be fixed in the country. A few thousand Muslim women and what they wear. That's the biggest problem of British society. I'm not going to tell you what to call that, but they're clearly targeting a very specific and small group of Muslim women. But you're smart. I'm sure you can work it out. Now, his supporters will tell you Rupert Lowe is a man of the people, just a humble farmer. Rupert Lowe went to school, and it currently charges about £43,000 per year. But yeah, humble farming roots and yeah, regular British bloke, yeah. When he last tried his hand at running something, Southampton Football Club went into administration, and I've already made a video about that, so go check it if you haven't seen it already. He then ran Southampton Football Club into the absolute ground. So badly, the club went into administration, lost their Premier League status, ended up in League One, and he ended up in a very public legal dispute with his board. So to summarise, privately educated, nearly bankrupt the football club, now building a political career on cropped photos and policies targeting a group of women that's so small, they actually only represent about 0.003% of the whole country. Man of the people. Rupert Lowe is not a farmer. He's a privately educated, billionaire-funded, failed football chairman who cannot make his argument without editing out the evidence that proves him wrong.
Wow. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Why am I not being shown? Hey, put me on screen. Yeah, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's about Rupert Lowe, by the way. That's the guy who's running Restore Britain. That's the guy that you are backing in terms of, like, if you are a member of this party. Now, let's get back onto subject in terms of John Terry. Like, John Terry, like I said, he's been in the headlines again because he liked one of their posts, right? Now, we all know why John Terry's been in the media before, and if you don't know, I'm going to show you why. And the reason why people might be questioning, is he back in Restore Britain or not? Now, for me, I guess that's up to public up for public discussion, up for debate. I guess if the man tells you so, you might as well believe it, innit? But the guy showed his true colors before. The reason why everybody's asking questions and giving him side eye is because back in the day, obviously, he had that altercation with with Anton Ferdinand, which led to him and Rio Ferdinand also falling out after being such a great team on England levels. Now, they don't even talk. But this was the incident anyway. Now, I made this version myself just so you guys can see nice and clear, right? Let's just go back again. So I should say allegedly. Do I need to say allegedly? No, I don't even think I need to say allegedly. You know why? Because to be fair, he kind of admitted it himself what he said. So let's take a look at this before I continue saying allegedly when I don't actually need to. Because for me, when somebody says what they said, he says it was in different context though. Let me just put this out there, yeah. John Terry said that he only said it because he was repeating what Anton Ferdinand said to him, yeah?
I think that they kicked the ball out and supposedly we're supposed to give it back, but being down to 9 men and being a goal behind, we didn't pass it back. And then I think this then comes after. So Anton knocks me to the ground, as you say, and then I think we have words together then that he was saying we should have given the ball back. I'm a I can't remember exactly them. Yeah. You know, between me and him there, but it was with regards to, as I said, what happened that when I should have given the ball back, or when the team should have given the ball back from the throw-in anyway. Okay. I then, turn around and face play, and Paddy Kenny's, I think, about to take the kick, and me and Anton having an altercation still. I feel as though he's said to me, a black. Now, I don't at any point think he's calling me a black. Yeah. I think he's accusing me of calling him a black in the altercation we've had. Okay. And then obviously it's, and even in my statement it's clear to say that I repeat what he said and then call him a at the end of that. I've been called a lot of things in my football career and outside of football as well, but being a racist is not one I'm prepared to take at all, and that's why, I come out and made my statement instantly. And I'm not having anyone, and let alone Anton, think that at all about me, because that's not my character at all.
Well, you heard it from the horse's mouth himself, yeah? He said it. He admitted saying the words. But it's all about in which context was he using it in. Now, don't get me wrong, yeah? Maybe it's because I'm black. I don't know. But when I first heard this case back in, 2011, I was like, you know what? He definitely said it. When I saw the clip, he definitely fucking said it. Antoine Ferdinand didn't even hear about it till later on in the game or something like that, or at the end of the match, I do believe. But for me, it was like, yeah. Until recently, I've actually been questioning if he actually said it in that context. And just have a listen to this. This was actually back when it came out, yeah? But I didn't see this because I weren't big on YouTube like that. Didn't really watch it, didn't really participate in it. But this was done back then when it actually came out.
Not see me as a racist person, because I am not a racist person, because this is nothing to do with racism. It's more trying to show you guys there can be another side to a story, and it's to do with John Terry, Anton Ferdinand, the footage, the racist slur and everything else. It's just something that I seen in the clip that made me think, hold on a second, just hold on a second. Ashley Cole gets in the way of John Terry as he's saying something. If you slow the clip down and watch the clip so many times when it's slowed down and then watch it full speed, which I'm going to try and show you after, you can watch it slow-mo so many times, then once you watch it in fast motion, it's kind of, whoa, hold on, that could be something else. So that's basically, I seen this, and I'm not trying to defend him. He could have still said it, but there's still a possibility. There's two sides to one coin. And there's a possibility that he could have said what I put on the screen for you in a minute. Okay, John Terry's done some bad things in the past. Before we get to this clip, I'm just going to talk quickly on John Terry. He's done some bad things, and he's suffered a lot of hate from it. But in my opinion, I am sorry to say this, but there's no way he deserves to be stripped of captaincy for his country when he's probably one of the best leaders you could have. He's a brilliant captain, I don't care what you say. He's done some terrible things, I keep saying that. I'm not defending him totally, but to be stripped of his captaincy by a phone call, I think it was by a phone call at 10 o'clock yesterday morning, is wrong before even proven guilty. He's not even been proven guilty yet, and yet he's... and this is going on till July. I mean, okay, even if he did say it, okay, to go on till July, that's summertime. I mean...
All right, shut up. You know what? That channel is actually called John Terry, just so you know. It's John Terry on John Terry right there. So this is where it gets a little complicated, isn't it? Yeah, because let's just be honest. It all comes down to someone's opinion at this point, yeah? Because watching this one kind of suggests he wasn't using it as an insult. He was just repeating what Anton said to him. I never called you a black cunt, whatever. Yeah, that's what he's saying now. I never called you a black cunt. So yeah, sis, it's not cat. He's calling him a cunt. Yeah, or as the Americans will say, cunt. He's calling him a cunt. Yeah, but for me, look, it goes one or two ways now, isn't it? Yeah, it's whether you believe it was racial abuse or if it was an actual response to what was said. I've got my own theory on this, by the way. I'm just going to put it out there because don't forget that there was that situation with him and who was it again? Another footballer that used to play at his club where he was accused of sleeping with his wife or girlfriend or something like that, right? And then Anton Ferdinand actually says in his statement that he was cussing him about that, yeah? Now, in my opinion, I believe he's saying, I never, I was going to say the F word, but I never had sex with her, you black cunt. That's what I think he's saying in that clip. I never, you black cunt. That's what happened to him. In my opinion, obviously, that's just hearsay. Yeah, I can't prove it either way because obviously Coley walked past him right before we could see what he was actually saying before. But you guys can wait and hold on for Riley. He's my guest. Yeah, I don't care if you want him to come in now. I'm doing my show. Anyway, yeah, it was Wayne Bridge. Yes, it was Wayne Bridge, yeah. But you know what? I'm still gonna say that it can slide either way in it when it comes to that situation for me. You can either believe it or not believe it. But this is why people have been saying that when he replied to this. So this was Rupert Lowe's post, yeah? Rupert, whatever you want to call his name, Rupert Lowe. He says, this picture was taken in London. Restore Britain would ban the burqa and restore Britain to ensure that all London stations use English and English only. Enough is enough. Restore Britain. Get our capital city back. And then there's John Terry with the clapping emojis, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm trying to understand what he's saying, but like the guy said in the previous video that I played, I think his name is Cowley's Finest. Yeah, you can find him on Instagram. He told you it's a heavily Bengali area, right? And right next to that sign, it's there in English. So I don't understand why there's any problem here. How many countries have you been to and you see the country's native language right next to your language, English? Yeah, so that it can help tourists, so it can help the local people. Or how many places in Spain have things in English? Yeah, and that's real. Anyway, I'm not even gonna say it. That's more real colonization there. I'm just gonna say how it is. Yeah, how many English people have gone over to the Spain and basically turned it into mini Britain? That's your sunny UK right there. Let's just admit it. But for me, look, I'm not gonna say anything else. That's up for that's subject to you guys' discretion in it. Whatever you think is whatever you think. But ladies and gentlemen, I guess this is the moment you've all been waiting for, because the man himself, Riley, was the person who kind of made me want to spark this video and this conversation. Yes, the John Terry thing did it, but just weeks before, our own Riley Taylor, he told us this. Where is it? Riley. So our own Riley Taylor, he told us this on what's his channel?
played the way they did today, I can see that being a problem for Arsenal because it was very similar to how we played against Arsenal. If you can just like keep the passes compact and pick the right cross at the right time. What's this guy doing?
I tried to.
Why are you trying to run some Farage shit here?
Actually, Pav, actually, I've joined as a member of Restore Britain.
Wait, that sounds kind of EDL-ish. What are we doing there?
Oh, no, that was the beginning of the end of Bots' show, basically, because then it just went sideways. Riley then went on to say this, you know.
Like, ask him if he was at the protest.
Let's see, Riley, were you at the protest?
Well, I was, because actually I live in Lincolnshire. I haven't been to protest, but if I was to go for,
Let me see.
Boss kept on taking him out the show. I don't know why. You should let the man speak for himself, but he is a grown man and he can speak for himself and he can defend himself. But he did get back on the show to explain what he was trying to say here.
Yeah, okay.
Forget the politics. It's not politics. Can you double check? This is safety. Can you double check he knows what he's joined?
Riley,
Look, if I was to join a protest, it would be May 16th, Unite the Kingdom in London. I would be there. I would be there for that.
No, Riley. There's a simple. Do you know what you've joined?
I've joined Restore Britain in deporting anyone who doesn't have rights to be here for those illegal migrants. Anybody in
Rascal, bro. This man was even kick out the little children and the mothers.
Oh God, Riley, come and tell us if you want to kick out the little and the mothers, please. Riley, I'm gonna bring Riley in now, guys. Let's ask him that question in it, and I think he's got some presentation of his own as well. Riley, I hope you're not frozen. Is that you? Yes, guys. Welcome to the show. It's Riley.
That's right.
Sitting there with the Union Jack, mate. You got the Union Jack behind you as well, have you? Have you, fella?
Yes, I have. I have with me. Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much, Joe. Good evening, everybody. So, Restore Britain, 45 days since the party was officially registered by the Electoral Commission, and there has been support for the ban on the burqa, not least with Simon Jordan reacting to John Terry. Do you want to take a look at this? Do you want to take a look at this?
Oh, you mean have you also brought? You've also brought some stuff to back up your argument as well, haven't you? And yes, it's actually something that I was going to use. So I'm so happy that you brought it up. Is this Simon Jordan speaking on the situation?
This is Simon Jordan, peeps. Let's watch this.
All right, here we go. Let's play this one because I was actually going to play this anyway.
And I want your view on this, Simon. I'm pretty damn sure I'm going to get it. John Terry liked a post from Rupert Lowe. And this, over the weekend, has very much split opinion. Rupert Lowe, who is Rupert Lowe? He's the former chairman of Southampton. Rupert Lowe, these days, is an independent member of Parliament and founder of Restore Britain. Now, Lowe's post pictured a London tube station, Whitechapel, which has its name translated into Bengali alongside the English name. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, you're watching on telly this morning, you'll see this. We're illustrating it as we go here. And Rupert Lowe then makes the comment, and if you're watching, I say, you'll be able to read it at the moment. The picture was taken in London. Restore Britain would ban the burqa, and Restore Britain would ensure that all London stations use English. Enough is enough. Vote Restore Britain to get our capital city back. Now, that's one thing. But John Terry then jumped in and seemingly endorsed that post by commenting with 3 applauding emojis and the national flag of England. Having done that, John then deleted what he endorsed.
With the staff and student roast, I've literally made...
I'm going to remove that. I don't know what you got there.
Sorry
but listen,
about that.
Let me ask you something then while you get that sorted out, Riley. One thing is that, do you know what Restore Britain actually stands for?
Yep. Restoring...
What their policies that they stand for?
Yes, of course. Restoring Britain together. That's the slogan.
Okay. But what are their policies and what have they promised that they will do if they get elected? Do you know these things?
Of course I do. Right, let's come to the first picture. Let's come to the first picture, for example. Take a look at...
Answer my question first. Do you know what they stand for, bro?
Yes, of course. Immigration, economy, NHS healthcare, cost of living, and defence. That's
Okay.
what.
Do you know what they stand on immigration, though?
46%, according to the Restore Britain tracker website, 46% of immigration. That is a big issue right now for Restore
But
Britain.
bro, you're quoting numbers right now. Do you understand what those numbers mean? 46% of what?
46% of the people, Restore Britain members, over 123,000 right now, think 46% is high enough for immigration, which I think is the main concern. That's where it stands at the moment. That is a big issue at the moment. Amongst 46% of the 120.
No, see, this is Riley. This is why I wanted you to come on the show, yeah? Because you're spout. When did you? Can I ask you a question before we go any further? Yeah, before I put up what you've just put on here, yeah. When did you join Restore Britain?
Joined Restore Britain a couple of weeks ago, obviously. A couple of weeks ago.
No, I didn't know, obviously. This is absolutely new information to me. I know that you joined them, but obviously on Box's stream you told us, but I'm actually just trying to figure out a timeline of when you joined, right? Because I know you have some political stuff on your channel already, right? Where you was kind of back in the Labour Party, right?
Labour Party, of course, accessible BSL coverage. That's the main role. That's the main thing on my channel. But since then, I thought, where do their policies go? What are they doing? The deal with France is going to come to an end tomorrow. We're going to see more illegal migrants coming via boats to the UK from France. This is why immigration is among the biggest problems we see today. Restore Britain will go and fix that issue once they're in Parliament.
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you a fact right now, by the way? Yeah. Do you know that the previous government, yeah, the Conservative Party, right, it actually rose by 26% or something roughly around that point, right? And it's actually dropped down by about 23% under the Labour government if they come in. Do you know that right now immigration is actually at the lowest it's ever been since Labour's taken over?
And that's because I know that because obviously the weather and all of that, but it is inexcusable. It's the reason why we're not stopping the boat. That's the thing here.
Listen, let me ask you something. So you see the illegal immigrants. You see, here's one thing. I don't think anybody has a problem with saying that you should catch the illegal immigrants, yeah? Illegal immigrants, yeah? But the Labour has nothing to, like, joining Reform Britain, how is that going to stop the boats coming over? You do realize the boats that are coming over, the government are not aware of where they're coming. That's why they keep getting through. Do you understand that?
Yes, of course I understand that, but underneath Restore Britain, we'll be able to stop the boats using the Navy and, of course, the boats which are registered as British, obviously, and that the people who are working on that can help stop the boats on that basis. Then they can get them back to the third world country. That's the thing here. If you look at Labour, look at Labour tomorrow. The current deal with France, 1 in, 1 out, is going out, which means we're going to see more illegal migrants coming into this country. That's why I'm backing Restore Britain to get the boats stopped once and for all. We get to stop the boats.
This is the problem, you know. I'm not going to tell you that stopping the boats is the problem. This is the problem, Riley. See right here? This kid is just regurgitating what he's reading, bro. I know. This is the problem, Riley. I am actually trying to talk to you, yeah, to find out, like, the reason behind it. Like, what changed your mind all of a sudden? Because like you said, a couple of weeks ago, you could have said you was a Labour backer, right? So what is it in Reform that you've seen that you all of a sudden want to put your backing behind them?
Well, everything really. Look at the broken promises they have promised in their 2024 General Election Manifesto. Look at that, and look at the policies today.
Britain?
Look at that. Look at Restore Britain's policies. Look at it yourself.
Why did you choose them? Who brought you over to them, Riley?
Rupert Lowe. It had to be Rupert Lowe and their leaders of Restore Britain. It had to be Rupert Lowe himself.
Okay, so Rupert Lowe is the person that you're backing, yeah? You believe in his ideas and his policies. That's the
I
one that...
am backing his ideas and his policies. I was going to go for Nigel Farage, but then when you look at a minority background being elected, literally, what is he doing? What is he doing? I'm sorry. Nigel Farage have gone berserk. Restore Britain is literally the best party you could ever have. Over 123,000 members have joined the party. Now it's time that we all stand up, because what if we don't stand up to these policies, what's going to happen to this country? The country is going to go into an Islamification, and that's not what we want in this country. We are a Christian country. We are the Christian country. At the start of the Holy Week, we have to come together against these far lefts. Labour, Greens, Conservatives, and edge towards far left, of course, is Reform. We have to stop the far left from winning, and that's why we have to unite the country once and for all underneath this government. Underneath Restore Britain, illegal immigration has got to end. Remigration should happen to us.
All right. Fuck. All right. Let me give you an air hole. Let me ask you this question, though, bro. Yeah. What is Islamification?
Basically, it's where Islam is going to be more prominent in one country. And if you look at it, it's changing the religion from Christian to Islam. You're seeing it daily. Literally, call to prayer. Literally, praying in and outside on public streets. Literally, what is going on? I'm sorry. We don't want to hear call for prayer. I love Islam, don't get me wrong, but call to prayer should be held in mosques only. Only in mosques. Because we don't want to hear that on our streets. It's
okay,
a big
Riley,
mistake.
Let me ask you a question. Riley, personally, when was the last time you heard a call to prayer on your streets? Where do you live again, sorry?
Walton, God, in Lincolnshire.
Area. Don't tell me your exact road. Just like, do you live in London? Do you live in Bristol? Where do you live?
I live in Lincolnshire, but
Lincolnshire, right. And when was the last time you heard a call to prayer in Lincolnshire? Be honest. When was the last time you personally heard a call to prayer in Lincolnshire?
Barely any time. That is what we want to see. That's what we want to see in this country. Barely call to prayer on our streets. Barely call to prayer on our streets.
Hold on, Riley. Whoa. Well, calm yourself down, Riley. Nobody's attacking you. You look like you're upset with your own screen, bro. Calm your ass down. Like,
calm down. You see it all over social media, on X, on True Socials, on Facebook, on Instagram. Not AI generated, but real live. You've seen it. I've had enough. We need to stop the call to prayer. Here in Lincolnshire, we've got to set an example for the rest of the country.
You have set the example. You said that you never hear it. You never hear it down there, right?
What I want to see from other parts of the country, especially in London.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I live in London, probably apart from Manchester, probably one of the other places in England where you can say there's a heavy Muslim community as well, yeah? The area that I specifically live in London, in Penge, is basically, if you're not a Muslim, you're the odd one out, right? Now, I can tell you this, my friend, yeah? Never in my life of being in this area have I ever heard anybody calling to prayers on the streets, bro. It doesn't happen. I don't know what you're talking about. This is what I'm saying to you. Yeah, I live in a heavily Muslim area, and I don't see the things that you're speaking of. So why is it that you believe that it's true and you don't live in a heavily Muslim area? What are you fighting against? Literally. And do you know how much people actually wear the burqa in the UK? No, 1 second. Do you know how much people actually wear the burqa in the UK? Let me just be honest with you, bro. There's like 3 million Muslims in the UK right now, yeah? Over 3 million Muslims in the UK right now, right? And there is about, I don't know what the percentage would be, yeah? But basically, there's only about 1,000 Muslim women that wear a burqa. 1,000. Do you know how big the UK is? That is like a tiny percentage of people. Have you ever seen a woman in a burqa walking down your streets?
Surprisingly, a little bit. Surprisingly, a little bit. That's the big thing. Look. I'm sorry, but do you know what? I support the ban on the burqa. Look, as it is in the image, it is a symbol of a fundamentally anti-British creed. It's an anti-British creed.
Why do you support the burqa? Not what the manifesto says. I'm asking you, why do you need to ban the burqa when you don't see anybody wearing the burqa, bro? What is it that is so scary about someone wearing a burqa to you?
Oh, delusional as always. Far left versus far right. I'll tell you now.
Answer my question. Don't tell me I'm delusional, bro. Just answer the question.
I support the ban of the...
If you want to ask me a question, I'll answer the question, you know. I'll just ask you a question. What is it about the burqa that scares you so much? Is it because you can't see the rest of their face? Is it because you're only seeing eyes? What is it? What scares you?
It's anti-British. It's anti-British here. It's anti-British. I'm sorry. No. Oh, come on.
You enjoy a curry, bro. Don't tell me it's anti-British when you will sit there and eat a curry.
Oh, so you're telling me it's not going to be anti-British? It is anti-British. It is anti-British. It's on there on the manifesto. It's on there on the manifesto. It's on there. It's anti-British. I want it banned. I want the niqab banned as well. I support John Terry. I support John Terry with the ban. I support him with the ban.
You haven't actually got any opinions of your own right now. All you keep doing is repeating what you've heard and what is being read off your screen right there, right? Do you know what's funny about this situation, Riley? Yeah, you've been part of our community, in Bots's community, for such a long time, many years, right? So for you to be a part of something that openly would get rid of people like Bots, like me, like people that you know.
I never say with that. No. That's never what I would say. You are allowed to work in the UK. Joe, you are legally allowed to be in the UK. You have the right to work. It's basically for those illegal migrants who wants to go. That's the thing in this country.
I can just mute you. I don't think you realize I can just mute you. Either listen or fuck off. I literally don't care which one you do at this point, right? But I'm gonna tell you this, Riley. Yeah. The thing is, if you're not able to educate yourself on these questions and these points that I'm asking you right now, you literally shouldn't be a part of something, bro. Yeah, I'm asking you real serious questions about something that you're telling me that you believe in, right? But when I ask you, what does it mean for you? And why does it personally affect you? And how is it really affecting the country? All you can do, because he backs it. Do you know what that is, bro? That's blind leading the blind. You can't blindly follow someone just because. So you're telling me you will agree with everything that person says in his talk, even though you might not know everything that he's actually thinking in his head. Because you do realize as well, you know that same Simon Jordan clip that you was about to play, right? Simon Jordan in it, he says, just because John Terry agreed with one thing doesn't mean he agrees with everything Rupert Lowe's about. Simon Jordan actually thinks Rupert Lowe is a disgusting man. And you know what? I hope you have the clip ready, because I'm going to let you play it back again, yeah? I hope you have it ready, yeah? Let's go and play that clip. So let's hear what Simon Jordan actually thinks about your party leader, yeah? You ready? Have you got it ready again? You can talk, by the way. You're off mute. You're off mute, by the way. You can talk, Riley. Riley, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So what are you saying then, Riley? Have you got it ready, yeah? I'm going to play it now, yeah?
Got it ready.
I'm going to re-add it to the stream. Let's hear what another far-right person, as far as I'm concerned. I can't hear any sound. I've muted it. Okay, let me unmute that. Oh, you've muted it. You've muted it on your side, Riley. I can't unmute it. Riley, you've muted it on your side. I can't unmute it.
Just read the subtitles.
Fuck off. We ain't reading no fucking subtitles. You see, when I'm trying to prove the point to this guy, man's telling us to read subtitles. Fuck off. I'll find it myself. But you know what I'm going to do then, yeah, Riley? Do you have anything that you want to say to me? Like, is there any questions that you want to ask of me or of the community while we're here?
Do you know what? Do you know why I think we need to stop all of this? It's because my safety could be at risk as well. If you think about it, the safety, the risk of the British public is in danger. It is above all that. You support the left. You support the illegal migrant. I support those that remigration that now. It's all about remigration. You support the Conservatives, the Greens, Labour, Leftist Party. I support the right. I support those who want remigration in this country and to keep the safety of the British public at stake. At the start of this Holy Week as well, it is super important that the safety is at a pinnacle point.
Do you go to church, Riley?
I do go to church, yes.
How often do you go to church, bro?
Maybe once a week, twice maybe. Twice a week.
What days a week do you go to church, Riley? Don't chat. You go to church twice a week. You go to church twice a week.
Well, Friday and Sundays.
Sound like you read that off your screen, bro. Oh, you know what? All right, then. What's your favorite part of the Bible? What's your favorite part of the Bible, bro? What's your favorite song?
It comes from the New Testament for this one.
What? Are you looking it up? Is he seriously looking? Is he looking?
And Leviticus 19 verses 18.
Riley, get out. Are you being serious? You know what? Seriously.
Shut up. Shut up.
Ah, my head is hot, bro. Ah, my head is hot. Riley, stay there. Stay right there. Don't go anywhere. Do not move. Yeah? I'm going to bring him back. Of course I'm bringing him back. Yeah, and you know what, sis? I understand that. I'm not even going to put up the comment. I do understand this, yeah? But this is why I'm trying to understand where this is coming from. I think everybody forgets the fact, listen, I have a son who's autistic, yeah? Autism doesn't excuse anybody's behavior, yeah? It doesn't excuse anybody's manners, and it doesn't excuse anybody's beliefs, yeah? They can be influenced. Yes, they can be influenced. And this is why I was trying to speak to Riley on a certain level to understand, is he coerced into this or is he following it blindly? And it seems to be the latter of what I was just saying. It seems like he's following something blindly without knowing all the facts. Yeah. And what I would implore you to do, Riley, is to actually research this a little bit more. It wouldn't have even been as bad as if you was following Reform. Reform would have been a better people to follow than fucking Rupert Lowe, bro. He is Rupert Lowe, blood clot Lowe, lower than Lowe. Yeah. When I tell you that guy couldn't even run, bro. You see what he done to Southampton Football Club? Did you see that? And you want him to run a fucking country? Are you out of your brain? Yeah. It just anyway, let me just bring. Let me open up the lines. I'm opening the lines. The lines are being open. The lines are being open right now. Lines are officially. Oh, nothing. That's just a V. Right. They're literally. Let's go here. There we go. The lines are officially open. There we go. They're open. I'm bringing Riley back. Riley. I hope you're ready, bro. I'll bring you back. Riley.
You are a simple lefty. Want to try and shut me down because I...
Did you just call me simple? Are you out of your stupid... Riley, behave yourself, yeah? That's all I'm going to say. Behave yourself. Behave yourself. I will bring you in, right? Try again, Riley. Yeah? Have I insulted you? Have I called you any names? Call me a name again and I'll start insulting you. Do you understand me?
You know what? You support the left. Big time. Big
you
moment.
Even know us. Do you know who I support? You have never asked me one question. You've made assumptions. And this is what the problem is with you righties, yeah? You fucking right wankers.
Oh, you lefties support the illegal migrants coming into this country, and these rape gangs, they've got to go. You don't support immigration.
Get your own opinions, Riley. That's what you need to do. First of all, get your own
country needs reform.
Once you can start
restore needs to come in, sort the problem out, and get the cricket bowlers back. You lefties,
you're fucking
the Ramadan, he opened the Ramadan over the last 2 weeks and months ago. But when we unite the kingdom on the 16th of May in London, Bobby Robinson will be there. I will be watching from location whenever I can. This is not good. I'll tell you now.
No, I'm not going to do it in order of the people that pulled up. I think I better bring in Riri first. I'm going to bring in Riri first, yeah?
Okay, let's listen to what she says.
Riri, you're here.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, sis. How you doing?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I don't get as heated as you do, Joe.
Or for me?
Yeah, no. I don't get heated as you. I don't get heated. Especially with these conversations. Riley, I have a question for you though.
What's it?
In your household, does everyone support the party that you support?
Well, they don't yet. But
who do they support?
Wait. From this household. Let me hear you. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. They don't yet, but
I'm gonna ask them if they want to join Restore Britain as
a
member.
Okay, so Riley, who do you live with? Your mom and your dad?
My father.
You live with your father, and who does your father support?
Well, he's going to support Restore Britain.
No, not what he is going to support. Who does he support currently?
He does support any party at the moment, especially Labour.
He does not
support the lefty Labour.
Oh, so he supports Labour?
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. So he doesn't support any party?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Not at the moment.
Okay, so Riley, so Joe mentioned that previously you supported, I'm guessing, the Labour Party, which is the left.
It was only a pre-budget announcement. But then went down to zero confidence in this party.
Okay, so when did you start supporting the Labour Party, Riley?
Well, I didn't start Labour Party intentionally.
You didn't start it intentionally? It wasn't intentional?
It wasn't intentional, but it was about the policies and how they're going to cope under pressure.
So you were good with their policies initially, and then you just switched from their policies?
Switched over from there to Restore.
So Riley, I'm listening to you, but on Bots's channel, you wished me a happy Ramadan. So I'm having a hard time understanding how you're switching so much very, very quickly, depending on how you woke up in the morning. Because if you're wishing me a happy Ramadan, then how is it you have a problem with Muslims and them praying? And I don't think you've ever seen a Muslim pray in the street, Riley, especially where you're living. Am I right?
Riri, it's all about using the public space. I don't mind. I don't mind Muslims calling to prayer. I actually don't.
You don't.
But when it comes to using public spaces, how about we have Muslims celebrate Ramadan and then Christians can come together to celebrate Easter that way?
Who's stopping the Christians from coming together and celebrating
Apparently,
Easter?
Sadiq Khan, the mayor for London. The mayor for London.
Let me ask you something. Stop.
Riley. All right, calm down. You don't
Calm down. I am asking you a question. You are regurgitating something that you possibly read on Instagram or one of those social media platforms. Am I correct? Where did you get that information from?
all of Restore Britain's
No, that's not what I'm
supporters-
asking you. I'm asking you, where did you get that information from? Where did you
Socials.
get it from? Social media. Am I correct?
Yep.
Okay. Riley, can I ask you another question? In the 24 hours you are home, how much of that do you spend doom scrolling on social media?
I think majority of the day.
Majority of the day you spend doom scrolling on social media. That's what you do. Huh?
Yeah, I do.
Outside of that, what else do you do?
Well, Saturday to go to the footy, of course. Monday I go, well, Easter Monday I'll be headed to the footy for the Derby day against Harrowby. And that's
Okay,
basically
so
Saturday,
Riley-
Thursday, Friday, I
Wait,
work.
wait.
What happened to church? I thought you was a church man. You're supposed to go church on Easter, fam. What happened to church?
No,
And
he
of
said
course,
Monday. He
Sunday,
said
Sunday
Monday.
and Sunday. Sunday.
Said
I
Monday
said
he's going
Sunday,
footy.
not Saturday. I said Sunday.
So Riley, I have another question for you. Do you realize that the algorithms on social media cater to whatever you click on initially, and then it starts to feed you that information in order to manipulate the way you think? Do you know that?
Yep.
So you're aware of that?
Yep.
So do you understand that you doom scrolling for 90% of the day, you're just filling your head with stuff that you're just seeing on social media, and then you're regurgitating it?
Yeah, I have to.
You have to.
Yep.
Why do you have to?
Look, it's all about correcting the rights from wrongs, of course. If I look on social media thinking, that's not right, that's not right. For example, look at the Easter eggs. Look at it. It doesn't say Happy Easter on the front, not on the top, not on the sides, but it does say Happy Easter on the back. Apparently, it's those greeting eggs. What the hell are they talking
Riley,
about?
Easter eggs are a marketing tool that people use for Easter. It's not even a representation of what the true definition of what Easter is.
Nothing to do with
It
Christianity.
has nothing to do with Easter.
Go to the supermarket, go to one of the big shops. You see the greeting eggs. You see the greeting
Riley,
eggs.
that
You
is
see
a
the greeting eggs.
Riley.
It
Riley,
doesn't say
Riley,
Easter on the front. It
we're
says
saying,
Easter on the back.
We're agreeing
Shut
with what
it,
you're
Amy.
saying.
Okay.
But do you know
I am not
when
saying
where in
you're
the Bible
wrong.
does it say there's an Easter bunny?
Hello, you're
Where in the Bible
hello,
says there's an
Mr.
Easter bunny?
Mr. Blackman, you are screaming. Calm down.
Oh.
Riley, we're not disagreeing that they're Easter eggs with whatever is marking on them. What I'm saying to you, Easter eggs are a marketing tool for the corporations, for people like you to go buy Easter eggs for Easter. It has nothing to do with the true meaning of Easter. Do you know that? If you go to church, you would know that.
I'm still denying
Riley,
it.
let me ask you, what is the true meaning of Easter?
Well, celebrating the resurrection
Riley,
of our
mate,
Lord.
you're right. You don't say Easter on it.
Celebrating
I
the
can't see-
resurrection of the Lord our Saviour after his painful death. He was wrongly put to death over a man who was criminal. He was killed on Easter Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And then Easter Monday, he was resurrected to life, to a new lease of life.
Actually, he was killed on Good Friday. And on the third day, he rose again. And I'm Muslim and I know this. So you might want to reread your Bible, and don't read the New Testament, my dear. You might want to stick to the Old Testament. But anyways,
I'll stick to the Old Testament at Christmas time. I'll stick to the Old Testament at Christmas.
You read the Old Testament, but at Easter you read the New Testament.
Last question, Ruby. Ask him one more
Go
question.
ahead,
Ask
go
him
ahead.
one more question.
You want me asking one more question?
One more question, and then I'll move on to the next person.
Okay, so I have one more question for you, Riley. Do you know what the meaning of Allah is? Do you know what the English translation of Allah?
It means God in Arabic.
Okay. Okay. No problem, Riley.
All right, wicked. All right, wicked. Thank you, sis. I think you kind of brought some more stability back to the show, brought me back down a couple levels where I need to be. By the way, I'm hot. Yeah, this guy's got my head hot. We need to turn the heating off. Let me bring in the next caller. Now we're going to go in order who called in first. So let's go to hey, bots, get the fuck out. Who told you you could just come in when you want to come in? Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, let's bring in the next caller. Pav.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Okay.
Well,
Hey,
Pav,
Riley, what we're going to do here is have a civilized conversation. We're not going to get rowdy. We're just going to have a civilized conversation. There's some questions I need to ask you.
what is it?
Real
Right.
question and real answer.
Where, when you like
Hold on,
say my
start
name.
No, Pav, stop. I don't care what is you're going to talk about. I want real questions. And Riley, can I get some real answers from you, please? Yeah.
I'm going to try my best to get real answers, but I can't promise that.
So you're giving me fake answers this whole time? Can't we just have? What I'm trying to say is everybody stay cool and have a civilized conversation. Yeah.
I'll try to do that.
Well, you're not going to do that with your arms folded like that. You're already getting yourself upset. But anyway, we'll
no,
see.
I'm not getting myself upset. It's about you lefties being triggered.
Who's the one getting upset? But anyway, but stop doing that.
No, you are not getting. I'm not getting upset. You lot are
Yeah,
triggered.
go on, anyway,
Triggered.
Have it here.
Big time.
Have it here. Go on. I'm going to stop
Shall we
talking
begin?
now. Begin.
Hey, Riley. So, like when you read my name, where do you think I'm from? Just by saying my name.
Pav. Somewhere in the UK.
No. But what country or what religion do you think I'm from?
Religion. Christian?
Unfortunately, not. So I'm like my parents are from India, both of them. Yeah.
India.
I'm Sikh. I'm Punjabi. So this thing you're talking about, illegal migration, right? I get it. Like there is some people here who come here to do bad things, but there is also some people who come here because they're running away from bad things happening to them. But the problem is you're not looking at that. You're saying like you just want them all gone. Anyone who shouldn't be here needs to be gone. Now, is that including children and women as well?
Well, it does not specify on that yet. But if it
No,
does
but what does your
happen,
party believe in?
If it does happen.
Quietly, Riley, quietly.
Go on, Riley. Finish, Riley. Finish.
Oh, women and children can stay for the safety, but it's all about these illegal rape gangs who come in here to put our safety at risk.
You do realize that we're against that.
But does the party you support and follow have that in their manifesto about women and children? Because as far as I know, they don't want any of them here.
They don't want any of them in here, no. And
but then that means you're following their manifesto and their beliefs.
Yep.
Then that means you also don't want the women and children. You're happy for them to suffer wherever they're suffering.
No. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is the safety is at risk and we've got to put the safety first. If they're terrified of going back to their own country, they can stay here. They can get the right to work. Obviously, they can apply to get the right to work and live in the UK.
But your party doesn't believe that, though. So how can you support them?
You sound like a Labour Party person, bro. That sounds kind of Labourish. Or even
not Labourish. Not Labourish.
No, but the thing is, you're supporting the party that don't believe what you just said there. So that's what I'm asking. How can you support them when they're not supporting that?
Oh, anybody who does not have the right to work here has to go. Joe,
I know.
You had
we get that. Wait, Riley, we get that. We understand that. But you're not answering a question. What I've just said. The party you're following does not support what you just said. Like the people who are suffering, give them whatever it is, asylum, place to stay, right to work, and all that. Your party don't want that. They just don't want any of them here. And also,
I'm not answering further on that.
All right, that's fine. We get it. There's you effed yourself on that. But further on, the burqa thing. So if say for an English person, yeah, any white person, yeah, to travel to the Middle East for a holiday or whatever, would you expect them to, when they go to them countries, to wear the burqa? Because obviously they're going to the Middle East. Should they wear the burqa, or should they be freely allowed to wear what they want?
I would expect them. I would expect them to follow and respect the rules in the Middle East. I would expect them to respect the rules.
No, but so to respect the rules, if they don't want to wear the burqa, should they be forced to wear the burqa because that's what their country wants?
Absolutely
but
not.
Then why does Rupert Lowe not want the same here then? Like, why is he forcing people to be barefaced or women be?
I am going to say it again. It is an anti-British creed. It's all I'm saying at the moment.
No, you're not answering my question because you're saying that the other people can't.
I'm not answering further on that.
All right. It looks like you're just getting checkmate on every question. But moving on to the next question, how many people in like your area, obviously, family, friends, support the group that you're supporting? Like, or is it just you on your own?
Just me on my own.
And what made you like? What was the first thing that made you support them?
Their policies. Their policies.
All right. So the people, like you've mentioned, Islam a lot. Now, does that branch out to other communities, as in Hindus, Sikhs, Buddhism, LGBTQ community as well? Because Christianity doesn't like that either. So does that branch out to them sort of people as well if it's a Christian country?
No. All religions but Muslims can stay in the UK. We respect their religion, including yours. But for the Muslims,
Joe, Joe, you're not going to butt in. Joe, you're not going to butt in. I'm having a conversation.
I must speak. Shut up. I don't want to hear you no more. Oh, wow. So basically, you just don't like Muslims. Hold on a minute. 1 second. What the fuck? What the fuck? And what the fuck? All right. So every other religion can stay, but fuck the Muslims. Basically, is what you're saying, right? Is that what you're saying? By the way, he's nodding yes. Then I don't even know if I want you back on the show. Bro. Do you know what? Because that is just dumb. That now I know that I thought that you was following something blindly, but I think you've actually made up your mind on some things. That I don't care what people say about no. Fuck you lot. Yeah, that don't sound the truth. Hey, you know what, Vibes? You're lucky you're a mod. I swear to God, I so kick you the fuck out right now. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna bring Riley back. You guys can talk to him. Yes, Connor, I'm gonna bring you in first because you said that you were gonna talk or you got to go. So you talk to him right now because I can't do it. Yeah, Connor, I'm gonna bring you in. Yeah, here's your questions. Here's a fellow. He's English and he's white, bro. So you must be able to talk to this
Christian.
guy.
I'm Christian. Let's get this on the table. Right. What do you think to Jesus when he tells you to love your neighbor? Does he say, "Oh, love your neighbor unless they're Muslim," or does he say, "Love your neighbor no matter what"?
Love your neighbor no matter what.
So, what are your thoughts to your Muslim neighbors? Say you have a Muslim family moving on your street.
I love them. I love them. Don't get me wrong. But if they're illegal, if they don't have the rights to be here, they've got to go. They've got to go. If they don't have rights to be here, if they're illegal migrants, they've got to go.
Okay, so do you think because Rupert Lowe wants to make this country more Christian value-based, more Christian beliefs and everything,
yeah,
do you think we should follow the Bible's teachings on all policies or just on the ones we like?
It looks like we're going to have to follow all of them, yes.
Right, but there's several passages in the Bible that condemn homosexuality. Should we condemn homosexuals and put them to death like the Bible tells us to do, or should we let them live?
Let them live.
No, but the Bible says to kill them. Man should not lie with another man the same way he lies with a woman. The Bible says it, so should we put them to death?
Not answering further on that.
Not answering further on that. Okay, we'll move on. Okay, so what are Restore's policies for the NHS? We want to restore the NHS, make it strong again. What should we do to restore it?
Of course, because the NHS is in the crisis point. 6 years on since the coronavirus, and our healthcare has had nothing more but disaster. Look at them in the pandemic. Look at them in the pandemic. They were at breaking point because we were all in lockdown and they couldn't cope.
Do you not think maybe the Conservative government that sold contracts to their friends and helped pump money into their pockets may have had something to do with that? The fact that we sold contracts to nearly £350 million on some contracts to friends instead of the people that can provide the best healthcare for us? Do you think that could have been a residing factor in the NHS?
I think that could have been a deciding factor in the NHS.
Okay.
Exactly.
Do you think that immigrants help the NHS more than they take away, or do you think they take more away than they help it?
As long as they have a proper degree, if they have on merit, have a degree in hospitals and all of that, and have experience working in healthcare, I don't mind them working for the NHS.
But do you think they take more away, or do you think they add more to it?
They add more to it.
So immigration in that sense is good, yeah?
As long as they have the right to work.
Okay, as long as they have the right to work. Okay. Now, if I was to say to you, say next week, the UK goes to war. The UK, the streets of London and streets of Manchester or wherever in the UK you live are being bombed, and you don't go to war, you don't join the army to fight, and you try to flee the country. Say you try to go to Ireland and you try to flee to Ireland. Would you expect to be welcomed in Ireland because it's right next door to us?
No.
No, you wouldn't. Why would you not expect to be welcomed here? Because you're escaping a war-torn country. You're escaping the chance of death.
That's because I'm not leading into war, and if there was a war to break out, I would send a military. End of. I would send.
No. But this hypothetical, Riley, you're not able to join the military for whatever reason. You're one leg shorter than the other. Whatever reason we've got, you're not able to join the army. Will you try and flee the country you're in where there's a chance of death every day?
I'm not commenting further on this matter. It's up to Rupert Lowe.
Not right. I'm asking your personal opinion.
It'll be your decision, not Rupert Lowe's. Listen to what he's asking you, bro. Listen to what he's asking. He's not asking you a Rupert Lowe decision here. He's saying, would you, your personal self, choose to leave the country if you was in war?
I wouldn't. I would stay and fight.
No. You physically can't. This is the hypothetical I'm providing to you. Like so many other people around the world.
Okay, I would lead this country into war. End of. I wouldn't leave.
Okay, we're not going to get an answer out of you on that topic either. Right, so we've got the immigrants are helping the NHS. We should follow the Bible's teachings, except for the ones that say except for the ones we don't like. And then we should also, what is it? What else is it? We should fight for the country that we're in, even though even if we're unable to, and not flee a war-torn country. Right. Okay. Riley. So one quick question as well. Before I need to go.
Last question.
Last question before I need to go. Why is it Islam that you're so afraid of in the world compared to other religions in the UK?
Well, Islamification. I am afraid that if Islam were to take over the United Kingdom, we'll have to follow Sharia laws, and I don't want that to happen. Plus, plus my safety and everybody's safety across the UK will be at risk.
Okay, so where is Sharia law being practiced in the UK?
Anywhere in mosques. Mosques only. Mosques only.
Do you know what Sharia law is?
Of course, based on Islam. The Islamic legal moral system derived from the Quran, Sunnah, and Hadith, acting as a straight path to guide Muslims in obeying God's will.
All right. Do you know what? Uncle Jim and Abs, yeah. Hold on. Uncle Jim, Abs, Tiger Knee. All right. This is the order. Yeah. Uncle Jim, you did come in there second after Pav, so you do deserve to come in next. So
good evening. You know what's mad? I'm working. I just stopped the van. I don't care. No one can't tell me nothing. Anyway, Riley, good evening. What's going on?
Let's just get to the point.
Let's get to the point. That's what I love to hear. Right, cool. Riley, you live in Lincolnshire. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, cool. That's fine. And Lincolnshire, I've just checked up the population, and it's about 750,000. Did you know that? Were you aware of that?
I am aware of that, yes.
Okay, cool. I would be right in saying that there's a lot of white people there, right? Mainly white people. Am I right in saying that?
Yep.
Would you happen to know just around, in terms of percentages, how many Asians live in Lincolnshire?
Roughly zero. I think a minority here is 0.01.
I mean, that's a very extreme minority, but it's not that low. It's actually 1.8. So the white population in Lincolnshire is 95.8, according to a 2021 census, and the Asian British is actually 1.8. So, and then there's others that make up the rest, which is about 3%. So, in terms of Islamification in your area, it will be extremely difficult considering the vast majority of people that live in your area are white British. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that because it's England. And whoever populates a certain area, it is what it is. Now, Riley, I live in London. In fact, I live in South London. I'm sure you've got a certain image of South London in your head, right?
Yep.
Quite scary.
One of my
a lot of
family
crime.
members, I think one of my family members' friends live in South London.
Do you know where exactly?
Yes, I know. I'm not
Like
saying
area. Sorry, not road or nothing, like area. Do you know? Like, would you be able to say?
I wouldn't say or comment.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair enough. So I live near an area called Brixton. Brixton is a very, very well-known area, very well known for crime and stuff like that. But South West London, believe it or not, is very affluent, but it's known very well for a lot of crime, a lot of violent crime as well. In terms of the population, as I've just said, it's a lot of crime, a lot of people you notice with a certain face, according to Restore Britain, Reform, and everything else. Who do you think is the dominant denomination in South West London?
I do believe it would be Christians.
It would be Christians, you think that? Okay, cool. You would be right. There's 44% of people are Christian in there. And on top of that, 64.6% of people that are white in South West London. How many do you think are Asian?
1.8?
No, 11%. So a very large point. How many people are Muslim?
Muslims of 3.
9.2. So let's make sure we got that in a good pie chart. 64.6% of people are white. That's way more than half. 11% are Asian. 12% are black. So a lot of people, people of any color can be Muslim, but only 9.2%. So that's less than a tenth of people in Southwest London are Muslim. So the point I'm making, I know it sounds like I'm just hitting you with facts and figures, Riley, and I'm not trying to do that because at the end of the day, I want us all to speak, is that when I hear things like Islamification and things like that, I think of a mass army of a certain type of person taking over a certain area. Would I be right in saying there's many more white people that could take over Lincolnshire than black people? Yeah, sure. Would I be able to say that the Asian people in Southwest London could do the same to Southwest London? They couldn't, could they? At 9%. No. So this is what I'm saying. Where does Islamification come across? Because me, as a black man, I have 2 black sons. My sons are being raised Christian, and they have Muslim friends. My youngest son, Micah, he's got Muslim friends. My older son, Riley, believe it or not, he's got a Muslim friend. They live in harmony. There's no problem whatsoever. They've been in my house. They've eaten food and everything else, not pork, of course, but they live well. Not once have they come in talking about, I'm going to bring Sharia law to your house. Not once have they come in saying, I need to leave this Quran and you're going to read it, otherwise I'm going to kill your child. Not once have they said anything like that. On top of that, I've been to many places for my job. One of the places I go to a lot is the Midlands, and it's exactly the same thing. Riley, I've lived for almost 40 years in this world, and I can tell you not once have I heard the Adhan, which is the call to prayer. So the thing I'm trying to say to you, Riley, is while I understand that you have a justice to want to bring about your culture, your persona, who you are as a British man, and you're absolutely welcome to be proud to be British. There's no one that's saying that they should take that away from you. However, you should not try and doctor that up by saying that you are proud to be British, therefore Muslims need to get out of the country. They absolutely don't, because they make up this country.
What I'm
Riley,
saying.
don't
That's
shout at me
not
because
what
I'm not shouting at you.
not,
Riley,
that's not what
don't
I'm
shout
saying.
at me.
No,
Riley, don't shout at me
I'm out.
because I'm not shouting at you.
Carry on. I'm out of here.
No, Riley, you can speak. We want to hear
You
you
can speak. I just said don't shout at me because I'm not shouting at you.
No.
You can absolutely speak.
Do you know
I
what?
just don't want you to shout.
I've managed to find the high Muslim populations in 2021 census in the key areas. 3 London boroughs, Tower Hamlets 39.9% Muslim,
Yes.
34.8% Muslim in
Yes.
Newham, and Redbridge 31.3%.
Can you find any that is the majority, please?
Of course
Because
I can.
30.
Of course I
Yeah.
can. It's Savile Town in Dewsbury has having up to 99%.
In one place in Dewsbury. Okay. No problem. So in Dewsbury, one place is 99% Muslim, yeah? That's what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay, dubious, but okay, that's fine. Now, I will say this. You're saying one place out of many counties in the United Kingdom. That's a bit low, don't you think? Do you know, one moment, because I want to speak now about your leader, Rupert Lowe. Do you know what his policies are outside of him getting away deportation? Which, if I'm being honest, I do think that we need to curtail illegal immigration. I think illegal immigration hits us bad. However, do you know what his policies are with other things?
Of course I can. Economic, the healthcare, the cost of living, and of course defence.
Okay, that's fine. Do you know what his views are on the Human Rights Act?
Of course I do. The Human Rights Act, obviously, we got to leave the ECHR. He hates the Human Rights Act. So
which grants a lot of things. So that's it. Do you obviously know what his views are with regards to the burqa and the niqab and everything else? But do you know what he feels about the economy?
Of course I do. In fact, he has 5 big economy, manifestos, including social benefits for Brits only.
Right. This is what I'm going to say to you, Riley. And I really recommend you do your knowledge on this. I'm not saying you haven't. I'll just say you check this up. A lot of people, especially the rich white man, and this isn't racism, this is just what it is. A lot of people like to hide behind things like race and religion and sexuality because it's very, very easy to do so. What they actually want to do is push through things that are with regards to their pocket. Rupert Lowe wants to abolish inheritance tax, which hits people like him very, very heavily. Corporation tax, which hits him very heavily. Capital gains tax, which hits him very heavily. I personally don't give a shit about anyone's sexuality. I don't give a shit about anyone's religion. I respect all. I don't care who you are. I only don't like you if you're a prick. Simple as that. Don't care what race you are, gender you are. It doesn't matter. However, if you are a person that is trying to hide behind something so you can bring about a completely different thing, I don't like that. Riley, if I'm being honest with you, mate, I would really rethink how you are thinking about Restore Britain, maybe even about reform, because it's possible that you will be a casualty if you support them. You won't be a supporter.
I am not going to reform at all. I'm not reconsidering.
No problem. So Restore Britain, it's possible you will be a casualty as opposed to a supporter. You will be hurt way more than you'll be helped. It's possible. It's strongly possible. And if you don't believe me, just look at what's happening in America with so many people that have voted for Trump.
No. I am still denying it. Look at it. 13 councillors, 650 to win the whole thing across the UK. We need desperately back into this country. We need to get everything back in order and in shape. It's not going to hurt me the most.
I absolutely agree.
It is going to hurt the lefties as well. It's going to hurt.
You just pointed to me. You pointed to me.
Yeah.
Is it going to get deported? Is it because I'm going to get deported?
No. Joe. You have the right to be here in the UK. You have the right to be here in the UK. No, Joe. You have the right to be in the UK.
I'm not. Everybody thinks I'm gonna crash out. I'm not. I'm not. I promise. I'm not gonna crash out. Don't worry. Let's bring in Abs anyway, because he's next in line.
Oh,
Abzinho!
I think Uncle Jim wants to add one more thing to his last comment.
Sorry. Okay, yeah, all right then.
Yeah, sorry. You can leave Abs in as well. It's cool because I'm literally going to say one more thing and I'm going to cut. I'm a centrist, Riley. That means I'm not on the left or the right, right? I have a lot of beliefs and I have a lot of feelings, political beliefs that I think that should run. I believe that we need to look at things like not mass deportation, but we do need to look at deportation. When people do wrong, they absolutely should come out the country if they're not from here. However, I think that what you are looking from is a purely racial standpoint, as opposed to someone who genuinely done wrong. I do believe that we need to look at things like absolutely being able to see what happens with people who come in the country and aren't pulling their weight. Absolutely so. But I do believe that people who are differently abled, people who don't have the knowledge, people who are differently colored, if you will, are going to be hit by this a lot. And all I'm saying to you, Riley, you can say no as much as you want. I love that song. It's from Destiny's Child. I play it when I'm with women. I'm telling you 100% is that you need to really look and see where your loyalty is lying when it comes to this shit. Boys, it's been a pleasure. Let me go do this.
I will always have a Rupert.
I'm out, Riley. Have a good night.
I'm not changing anything.
I'll be honest.
You feel like everybody's trying to attack you. 1 second, Ab, before you go, yeah. Riley, please don't take this as a point of like everybody's coming here to try and change your mind or anything like that.
Okay, Reform Party's been called a racist party. Literally. Why are they doing this? We are a party of stability, and we're going to get that back into the country. We're not a racist party. We're going to be a party of national reunity. We're going to make sure we're going to leave the ECHR big time. So that means that these illegal migrants.
Let's get one thing straight here, Riley.
No.
Don't
hold on. Let him finish. I need him to say everything.
These illegal migrants, once we leave the ECHR, we leave the ECHR, these illegal migrants, apart from Joe has every right to work here, but these illegal migrants, including rape gangs and all of that, they have got to go. Once we leave the ECHR, it'll be better for these illegal migrants.
You've hit the nail on the head. I love that, Riley. So, Riley, you've mentioned this rape gang thing quite a few times. Do you actually know the figures of who touches young children the most in this country?
Of course I do, and the figures are astonishingly high.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fantastic. If you don't mind, Joe, if you just add that little screen of mine, because I can't add it.
No problem. 1 second.
So I am assuming...
Can we zoom in a bit?
Oh, I don't think I can. Okay, yeah, do that. So I'm assuming, Riley, that it's not just against Asians and Muslims that you have an issue when it comes to rape of a child. It's also your own people, the people that look like you in the mirror, I'm assuming. So I need to know, because as you can see these figures, these are official figures. I haven't made this up. You can go download this. I need to know, what is your plan on the white people that seem to be the highest in almost every number, every factor when it comes to underage, child rape, whatever you want to call it. Forget it. I need to know what your action, what is Restore's action to the white man that seems to be leading every single number when it comes to rape or sexual assault or anything else. I need to know your plan. I've heard your plan about Muslims, send them back. What are you going to do with your own?
Well, bring back the death penalty.
That's another part of his manifesto, by the way, guys. He's not joking. That is actually part of their manifesto. They want to bring back the death penalty. I wonder why.
So you're saying you're going to kill all these white people that are raping the kids more than the Muslims and rape. You think your party is going to do that?
Yeah, we are going to do
the white people first.
Well,
you know, by any chance, do you know how many people in your party and Reform have actually got a history and a rap sheet of being a child? Having either child porn or blah, blah, blah. Do you know? Because it's quite high in Reform. It's quite high in Reform. I know. I mean, listen, sorry, I'm not saying that unfortunately, Riley, Restore's not big enough for me to even do the research on it. But when everyone looks at reforms and sees all the problems that they have with all their counterparts, how many of them have abused women, how many of them have beat up women, how many of them have spent time, most of your rioters for reform, just not Restore yet, most of your rioters have a history of this. So are you telling me you're going to be one of those true patriots and point them out, even if they're in your leadership team?
Yep, I'm going to be the patriot.
Okay, no problem. Let me move on to the next bit. Because I just want to point out to everyone, these numbers, hence why I highlight in green, they're winning everything. It's like Man City.
Can you read out some of the categories, please, so we can actually?
I'll just read one out. Sexual assault on females. White people have 791.
Damn.
That's more. I think that's even more than everyone else on the list. So I'm just wondering if this is what if he's really true about this, then he has to go after his people first, because his people are the ones that are number one in the list. Every list, my friend. Rape on female under age 16 or over. Rape on male age 16 or over. Rape on female child under 13 by male. They're on top of every list.
Let me ask you one question, though. The thing is, it's white people you're saying that, but is it British white people? That's the other question, though, because they are white immigrants. Maybe he just wants to get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? This is the thing. He could be saying those are white immigrants.
Really? Oh, well, okay. We'll get rid of all of them. Let me see if I can get there. Something else I want to actually just pull out. And I just need to know if Riley is actually doing the numbers on this, because
This is my main concern with this conversation, by the way. Yeah, I want Riley to be able to understand that not everything that he's reading or listening to is state in fact. Yeah, a lot of the times they tell you inflated numbers, even just like when our own owner of our company, Riley, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, went on TV. Big Sir Jim, who's supposed to be smart and supposed to be rich, educated, and successful, goes on TV and spits out wrong facts about the level of immigration in this country, giving out wrong numbers. Things like that, which people just gobble up. And even him, he fell fate to what you're falling fate to right now, just listening to what people say and then regurgitating it. And when the facts hit you in the face, you stood there saying, I don't want to answer that question.
Hey, Wiley,
we are being colonized, though. So Jim is right and will always be right. We are being colonized.
No problem. Hey, no problem. Just out of interest, right? What we've got 60 odd. Joe, just anyone can correct me. I think we got 60 odd million in the UK altogether, right? Riley, do you want to tell me what the net migration was in 2025?
I'm not going to answer that.
Why not? No. Riley, these are numbers. This is what your group is based on. Numbers, facts, hard-hitting facts. I like to hear hard-hitting facts. I don't like to hear opinions. This is what your
204,000 in the year ending June 2025.
And is that up or down from 2022 and 23?
It's down.
So how are you getting colonized?
It's very. Let me start. Sorry,
how are you getting colonized exactly?
Look at the boats. They're going to come in.
People altogether, 204,000 people basically have entered the country out of a possible 66 million or something along those lines. Can you tell me how that's colonization, please?
I'm not commenting further on this.
Why? Have you said it before? Relax. Hey, Joe, relax. So, do you know why that is?
I'm not answering further.
Do you not know the numbers?
I plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth.
Okay, cool. I'll ask you one more question. The numbers we've just spoke about, the net migration of 204,000, is that higher than other high income countries on average, or is it the same, or is it less?
Less.
Again, explain to me how we're being colonized if it's less than all the other high income countries.
We are being colonized. We have been colonized.
Explain what colonization is.
We are being colonized. We've been colonized.
Explain what colonization
is. Further on this question.
No, you have to, Riley, because again, this is the key point of your party.
I would refer you to their manifesto. I refer to their manifesto, and of course, the
I have literally got their
I'm not
manifesto on the sideline,
anti-vertical.
but if you
I
are a
am
true
not.
believer, you should be saying this off the chest. Or maybe you don't understand the words that are actually said in that manifesto.
Well, I do understand the word of the manifesto.
Oh, so in that case, tell me how 205,000 is colonization.
Not anti-further.
We're not going to get this.
Joe, this guy is amazing. He's amazing. All right.
He's a politician, bro. I guarantee he's a politician.
Don't worry. It's the same thing. When I ask reform people, the same thing. They don't know the answer. They don't know the truth. So now, Riley, I got to ask you a question because you also have a problem with illegal immigrants. Do you understand the system that turns illegal immigrants into asylum seekers or legal immigrants?
I do with what's happening with the Labour at the moment. They're happening at Dover. I know exactly what they're doing. Their system is broken. It is fundamentally unsustainable.
How much is Restore Britain going to put towards that process?
I would say £6 billion.
Not enough. Again, Riley, you're getting told one thing. The number is actually around 15 to 16 billion pounds to make the mistakes, to correct the mistakes that were led by the Tory party, who needed immigration for one of their key points when they were always going for protests, whatever it is, right? So 6, not enough. Do you think they want to fix this problem?
Yep, I think they're going to fix this problem.
So I go on to Restore Britain, and it's mass immigration is the first thing they talk about. The first thing they talk about. Do you think, hold on, and I need you to use your mind on this, yeah? Bearing in mind, reform, again, restore, they're all saying the same thing. It's all about radical Islam and the numbers. What happens when that's fixed? What is the point of their party if their number one topic is gone?
Well, they're going to carry on. They're going to carry on patrolling the sea just in case for any more boats that are going to try and come into the country.
If they put 16 billion, the right number into it, that gets fixed. What else?
What else? Nothing else.
Riley, you don't know what you've done there. Thank you very much. Joe, I don't have nothing else to ask.
Well, bro, you've done an amazing job, to be honest. Do you know one thing I'm starting to realize is when you get asked a question that's quite difficult, you basically just say that, I don't want to answer it. But it's when you've had facts put in your face, Riley, that kind of contradicts everything that you're kind of saying. Are you not starting to see any sort of like common ground at all between the things that we are after here? Because you call me a lefty, right? But like I said earlier, you don't actually know what I support, right? I'm more in alignment with Uncle Jim. Like, I agree with some things the left say, I agree with some things the right say, but I cannot be.
There you go. I take back what I said earlier.
Which bit? Sorry.
The very said you lefty and all of that. I take that back.
That doesn't really bother me at this point. At this point, I'm more concerned about where your head's at in this game. Right now, do you feel like we brought any points to you that might make you think slightly differently? Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. You know what? That's all I can hope for. Honestly, that's all I can hope for because I don't want this.
But you know what? But you know what? If I want to raise a concern with Restore Britain instead.
What concern?
Concerns of the facts and figures you gave me tonight. Take it over to Restore Britain, and they will have a long hard think about it.
Do you know what? We might just have to do that, my friend. Are you ready for another caller? You good?
One more caller for tonight, people.
One more caller. Okay. Let me just bring in two people at the same time then, because we can't end the show.
Yes, boys.
Well, what's going on, Tiger Knee? What's going on, Wajid? You're both on the show. Yeah.
I have some questions. I don't know if Wajid wants to go first or.
No, not Tiger Knee. You were here first. You go first. I don't even have a question.
Cool.
I've seen how this man deals with facts and figures, so it's gonna be fun. Go on.
Mr. Riley, some questions. Do you think women should be able to wear what they want?
Well, yes, but banning the burqa is basically what's going to make us realize it's an anti-English creed. When they wear it, it's anti-English. And if we take that away, if we take that away, then we can respect the religion. We can respect their religion.
Riley, would you understand? Do you understand why Muslims wear the burqa?
Well, I do now.
No. You said okay. So why did they wear it? If you understand now, why do Muslims wear the burqa?
Well, see, for protection. The protection to it.
Protection from what? See, this is the thing, Riley. Tagony's asked you one question. All you've done is said a buzz phrase, and now you're googling why women wear the burqa, and you said protection. Protection from what?
I'm not answering any more on that.
What do you mean not answering anymore? You have said yourself you understand the burqa, so I'm asking you what your and I'm just adding to Tagony's question. What is your perception of why women wear the burqa? It's a simple question.
And I'm not going to answer on that question.
If you
don't know, bro, just say you don't know. It's not like a criticism. It's just education.
I don't know. Could you please educate me? Because I actually don't know. Could you please let me know?
Right. There is a very, very, I'll be honest, there's a very, 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 very small minority that wear it because they're forced to. Very, very, very. But I'm not going to keep it as religious, but the majority of women that wear it, Riley, it is their own choice.
Their choice.
Yeah? Because this is the thing about Islam. Islam has given more rights to women than you will ever understand. Did you know, Riley? Did you know you can shake your head. No, Riley, did you know in Islam women were given the right to? No, hang on. Did you know women were given the right to vote in Islam long before UK politics ever did?
1,500 years before anyone, and also property rights and ownership rights and rights against the husband and rights to divorce. The first religion to ever do it.
Do you know women's rights in Islam are stronger than a man's rights?
Yep.
In terms of how they're protected.
The other one I can know is the women's suffragette back in 1918.
Yeah. So it's been just over 100 years. Women have been allowed to vote in the UK, and women were given rights to vote in Islam 1,500 years ago. So how are you telling me about ban the burqa? You can shake your head all you want, Riley.
I do not care. I do not care what you say. I do not care what you say.
Well,
what do you mean? How can you not?
That's the point. That's the whole microcosm of what's going on.
Yeah,
and
Riley.
Also about Sharia law. It doesn't know Sharia law.
No, Riley, what it is? Hold up, Riley. You have to listen to these guys because when asked the question, you couldn't answer it. So they're educating you, just like you gave.
I'm not going to get educated tonight. Never.
You're not going to get educated.
But then, Riley, it's just if you can't answer basic facts that everyone has situated here, or answer basic questions that are that have been put towards you, then this loses all loses all meaning because then you just because no one else wants to say it, then you just come across as a racist. Then you come across as a racist.
Nobody's saying about Sharia law, but listen, do you drink water?
Well, I do, yes.
Okay, that's part of Sharia law.
And also Christianity, when it
things
comes
like Sharia
to
means things you're allowed to do. Sharia
Christian
means
world.
permissible. You're allowed to drink water, but means you've got to give it up now because it's Sharia law. Breathing is permissible. It's halal.
Riley, you know earlier you said, sorry, Christian. Riley, you know earlier you said like you obviously your party yourself. You want to use the navy, right, to stop the boats. In what aspect? Because what if those boats carry on? Then what? What is it that you want the navy to do?
They want to take down the boat when they come to.
Oh, so that's you're right. We're sinking them people then, because taking down the boat. That's what it means, right?
We're all right with them.
Right.
So you're all right.
So you're right for killing women, children on the boat, right?
I was just about to ask.
No, for safety. They're talking about illegal migrant men.
Yeah,
but they're illegal migrants coming to this country.
That's
seeking for shelter.
No, but Riley, the point these guys are making.
What shelter? They're in the sea, blood.
Wait, hold on. No, but Riley, the point is,
if they're terrified of their lives, they can come here to the UK, live to right to work and live for cause. Obviously,
That wasn't the question, though. You said you don't want them boats getting past the Navy, so you said take them out, and they're on that boat. So what they're going to do first? They're going to drop a rope for the women and children. Then we're going to shoot the men down and let them sink. But let's cool.
Sorry,
Brilliant plan, man. Brilliant plan.
I need to ask this question because it's just dawned on me. Sorry about this. Riley, you want to get rid of the burqas, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So are you going to do the same thing to nuns as well?
No, I wouldn't. It's only for Muslims.
Wait, why not?
Only for Muslims.
Yeah, can I ask why not? Can I just ask
For
why
the
not?
nuns, for the nuns themselves, it has a ritual over years, decades. They're going back into the history world.
Riley, Islam is 1500 years old. Why are you shaking your head?
Boring.
One last question, Riley, because I got to go. Sorry. Sorry. Can I just quickly ask Riley this one last question? I'm dipping. Riley, so this country alone owes a lot of these Islamic countries, Middle Eastern countries, trillions of pounds, in borrowing. Yeah, how does your party pay that back?
Well, we're
or are you not going to pay it back because they're Muslims?
We're taking it back.
No.
So you're going to rob them. You're going to
colonize their mind. That's the colonizer mind. It's mine. So you.
I'm sorry. Hold on, Pav. Wait. Hold on. No. Hold on. All jokes aside, Riley, do you understand what Pav just said to you?
I will never have a clue for what the lefty has to say about it.
I'm not a lefty, though.
Hold on. It's not even about.
I'm just saying, how are you going to pay back the trillions that you owe to them Islamic countries?
Because I don't think he understands. I don't think he understands what you just asked him, Riley. Forget lefty, forget righty, because I'm not even from England. I'm not a British person, and I'm saying to you, Pav just said to you, Britain, the country, owes these countries in the Middle East X amount of money, and he then asked you, the party that you're supposedly supporting, what are they going to do when they get into power owing that amount of money? And you said you're going to take it back. What are you taking back when you owe that money, Riley? If you borrow some money from somebody,
I deal with the US.
You're going to make a
deal.
You
owe them money, Riley. You owe them money.
What's going on here?
I got something to say. Just one thing, guys. Right.
Let me silence myself.
Riley, can I just say something? Riley, do you believe in Jesus?
I do believe in Jesus, but I do not believe the fact that anything is written bilingually.
Okay. So Jesus, right, where was Jesus from? He was from Palestine, right?
No, Jerusalem.
Well, where do you think Jerusalem is, bro?
In Israel.
Was Israel alive when Jesus was alive?
Of course it was.
Well, it wasn't.
Hey, Joe, thanks for having me on, but I got to go. But Riley, I want all my benefits back. You absolute fuck.
I didn't say that.
Oh.
So let's just say he's from Israel. Okay, do you know what language he spoke? Do you know what language he spoke?
Jewish.
No, Jewish is not a language.
Hebrew.
No, he didn't speak Hebrew. He did not speak Hebrew. Common misconception. He spoke Aramaic. Hebrew died long before Jesus. Hebrew is a dead language. It died long before Jesus. He speaks. Listen to this. He spoke Aramaic, not Hebrew, because Hebrew died before Jesus, right? So Aramaic is a sister language of Arabic. You know, if Jesus came down today, if he was in America or somewhere else, they'd shoot him or deport him, because you know, in Aramaic had to say God is the greatest. It's Allah.
But he was likely multilingual.
Allah Akbar in Aramaic. If you heard that, you think he's a terrorist Arab, right? So the God that you worships my God. Make sense of that?
It wouldn't make sense.
You know what? Never mind, guys.
Riley,
you know
I really think, I know Joe has to go on, Riley. I know you've been here for a while, and you're based on where you are on
brain cells are dying.
You're going to crash out soon. I know it's coming. So I'm going to say this to you, Riley. You need to stop doom scrolling on Instagram.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
Listen to me. Hold on. Stop. Listen to me.
I'm not going to do that.
Listen,
Your
you
blood clot.
based on a lot of these shows you've been on, Riley, with and bots gives you a chance to be on these shows. You're an intelligent young man. However, based on this particular show, it shows that you are being influenced a lot by what you're seeing on social media and all
And
these
that is
different
what,
platforms.
that's the way I will
And I'm-
continue to do so.
And I'm saying to you, for the betterment of you and who you are as a person, you need to stop doing it.
I'm not
You
doing it.
do.
I'm not going to stop doing it.
But why? It's like a drug,
You know
bro. It's
what?
the worst thing I did going back on Twitter. I hate that place. Why did I go on there?
Mm-hmm.
So
Do
toxic.
you know what? I want some final words from people, please, before we leave. I feel that was a good final word from Riri. Unless Riri, you have something else you want to say?
No. I just doom scrolling is, I see it over here, Joe, with the teens over here, and it's unfortunately, regardless of how intelligent you are, when you spend 90% of your day doom scrolling on social media, the algorithms tend to start looking a certain way, and it feeds into a certain type of rhetoric. And if you're doom scrolling for 90% of your day, eventually that's programming. That is what's called mind programming. So I really, as he's a young guy, and I really, really wish he would listen to all the people that were on here today, because nobody disrespected him. Everybody came to him very respectful and was trying to show him a different and trying to educate him. And I really hope that he takes some of that away and go and do his research, because I know he does research.
If it was
I know he
anybody
does.
else, I wouldn't be so nice. I would be ripping,
true.
swearing,
Thank you, by the
raging.
way.
But because we love you, Riley, we want to give the best for you. So we're not gonna do that. So just bear in mind, not everything. We're not all right 100% of the time. We all make mistakes in certain things, right? So we could all learn.
It's true, bro. Look how much times I've been wrong. I've been wrong many times on Box's show, on KG's show. People tell me I'm
You know
wrong.
what?
I take punishments,
You know
whatever.
what?
It's
You
all
know
about
what I'm
just
gonna say?
getting yourself. No matter what age you are, you can always learn something new. You know.
Do you know what I'm gonna say?
This is what I
You
really
lot
don't want to do.
are right. You lot are right. You brought me to the facts. Now take it to Restore Britain, and maybe they will consider their policies.
All right,
Okay.
bro. Anybody else? Any
Cool.
final words?
My final word is this: never stay in an echo chamber. You don't learn anything, and that's the only advice I can give you. Right? I am left central. If anyone wants to judge that, right? Because unfortunately, I do have some
Central.
right.
Oh, great.
No. I do have some right-leaning attributes. In fact, a lot of black people do. The way that we're raised up at home, we actually do have a lot of right. But again, if I stayed in the echo chamber, I'll pick one side or the other. No, I'm more central than anything else, with some left quantities and some right quantities. But my advice to you, especially because I've seen you guys echo chambers, and you do not get all the facts. And like I said, I've just asked. My last question to you was, what would you do without immigration? You said nothing. That is the whole point of reform and restore. And they have nothing outside of that. Sorry to say, Riley, but if you please, like Riri said, do some more education, do some more digging, stop being an echo chamber, make your own decisions, stop telling us to go to restore to give them the information. No, we're giving you because some of these people here care for you. I don't. You do what you want, but some of these
people at
people
Restore know this stuff. We don't need to go to them.
really
They know
don't.
it. They're just lying.
And
they
I
know
just
it.
wanted you, and as I said to Joe, I don't want Joe to interrupt you. I want you to say your truth, and then I'm going to ask you where you've learned it from. And as I said, as clear as day, you're in an echo chamber because anyway, don't be in an echo chamber. Learn more stuff.
But Riley, we don't need to go to Restore because Restore, the top leadership, they know the truth. They're just gathering people around to support them to get them to power so they can rip us all off again. They know the truth.
No.
We need to educate the people who are following them, misguided by them. That's the difference.
When we want to abolish tax inheritance, that's what Restore Britain will do.
What are you going to get from that? Have you got a rich uncle?
I'm not commenting further.
All right. You know what, Tiger Knee, is that your final word?
It is, bro. Take care, man.
All right, thank you, man. Thanks for coming on the show. Right, Bots, you're in here as well. And Wajid, Bots, are you actually here?
Yeah.
Hold on, but bots, I'll let you go last since there's more of a this all stemmed from your stream in fairness, so you should have the final word and everything. So Riley, so do you know when you mentioned Savile So Savile is a part of Dewsbury. I know this because I'm a northerner, right? Savile only has 4,000 people. Do you know what the majority breakdown of Dewsbury is as a whole? Just out of curiosity.
99% Muslim.
No,
I
it's
told you
not.
this
No,
already.
no.
I told you this
But that's the
already.
irony. But Riley, it's not
Oh, shut
because
up.
Savile is a no. What it? How you can't argue with the census? Savile is a part of Dewsbury. Dewsbury is still majority white. It's still 52%
No,
white.
it's not. It's not. Look at the census yourself. Look online. Look online. It's
No.
90.
But I
It's
just.
the
But
only
Where
Riley,
did
decision
you
you
get
said
that
that's
information from, Riley?
99%
Where did you get those facts
Muslim.
from, Riley?
Riley, my friend, I've just
Online.
quoted Riley. I've just quoted the census to you. How could you argue with? And how could you argue with the census? See, Riley, this is Riley. Unfortunately for me, yeah, like Riri's giving you, in my opinion, Riri's giving you way more of the benefit of the doubt, right? Because I'll be honest, I just think I think you're very ignorant. I think you're a racist, and the irony being that you've spent majority of your time on Bots' channel, where Bots' channel is literally a microcosm and a pot of immigrants from all different races and all different
I
backgrounds.
don't mind that. I
Hang
don't
on,
mind
no,
that.
let me
No,
let
no,
me
no,
let me
no,
just
no, 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 no.
Finish,
right,
bro. Finish. He's gonna go soon.
right. As a microcosm of different backgrounds and stuff like that, and you've had these levels of thoughts. And in my opinion, even now, as I stated a fact to you, you are arguing facts to me, which means you're closed-minded, you're closed-minded, you're ignorant, and you've not taken anything from this because you think this has all been an attack. And now I'm attacking you because you clearly said, and now I'm attacking you because you clearly said that you're not willing to listen to anyone's opinion. You're not willing to have a informed conversation about anything. Anything you've said, you've pleaded the fifth, which is American. You can't even do that in the UK, yeah. All right. Which is just it's just all been ironic and stuff. You're Riley, go back, really learn about your facts. If you ever want an actual conversation, debate, or you want to bring someone, or even if you want to bring someone else on from your party, yeah, that could maybe have a more informed debate, more than happy to do this again, bro. And maybe I'll have a bit more time rather than flying like a dirty immigrant. Peace out, man.
I said, no, know what he was gonna say next. He had to go, blood. Botswana Pappy, unmute your mic right now. Yeah,
yeah, I'm outside,
This
I'm
has to end with me, you, and Riley. It has to end with me and Riley. This is from your community, bro. I'm not gonna lie. We all know Riley from your shows, yeah. Well, I
Yes.
do it. Yeah, I've come to know Riley, watch some of his streams because I know him from your channel. He's a guy that's been welcomed with open arms into the Football Power Hour community. I lie?
100%. 100%. He's definitely he's hosted the happy hours. He's definitely he's been hosted a lot, co-hosted things like part of watch alongs and everything.
And that's why actually I want to make an announcement that I'm going to be taking months off to clear my head from tonight and then come back September fresh and ready for the new season ahead.
No, but like, listen to what I gotta say though. It's a good thing that you sat through all the conversations that that were had, and like obviously the first thing is I know for sure your algorithm is gonna be confused. Like, what's going on? What are all the things that you searched today? And one thing I wanna congratulate both of you guys is just like being able to just talk, even though you have different opinions and you have different political views. That's the first and most important thing right now. And as you're saying, Riley, you know, you need to do a little bit more research on some things, clear your head on some things. And I think like it's a good thing that like some of the conversations you had today, like, you know, will give you some time to think about some of the opinions you hold, and also also the viewers as well. It's not just about Riley. Today's, you know, even Riley is here. These people that were tuned in, that some political thoughts that they had and things were challenged, and or they, you know, they were like, I didn't think that. Oh, I didn't, you know, that's also happened. So for me, somebody from Botswana who doesn't know nothing about UK politics, I learned a few things, and I know I still got to learn a few more. So yeah, anyway, big up to everybody that tuned in, everybody that needs to hit the like button. You know, Riley, if you want to follow Riley, you got to go to the Normality channel, right? Tell them your socials and all that.
Oh yes, I'm on X at ASL Whitehouses on X. I'm also on Instagram, and also
say that again. Say that again.
On X it's at ASL Whitehouse. That's because at ASL Whitehouse, the reason why is because in 2025 there was a lawsuit between the National Association of the Deaf and President Trump at the White House's Act, because they didn't provide American Sign Language until November. Then I realized it got the standard version going, so I thought, why not stream the signed version simultaneously whilst keeping up with what's happening? And I did miss the press briefing with ASL, so that's why I'm going to be streaming that tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. on X, the repeat of today's press conference by Caroline Leavitt.
Oh, you're having a month off. They're not coming back till September.
And on your channel, Backhand Entertainment Football Power Hour, I'm taking the months off. I'm not taking a month, I'm taking months off. I'm taking months off so I could clear my head after today and then come back September for the new 14-team WSL season. It is going to be...
then you might as well start now.
Shut up.
Anyway, Botswana Pappy. Let me add you back. Bots. Turn on your microphone now.
Yeah, Venice, Joe.
I don't know what we're gonna do with this one, bro. I swear to God, this is actually mad. You know. Do you know the funny thing is, right? Going through the show, I was keep my calm, yeah. But if I'm being honest with you, you see what Waj ended with. The ignorance, the level of ignorance that's exuding out of him at the moment is what's pissing me off. Because if you're going to have a conversation with somebody, you're going to have to be willing to listen and learn. Just all you're doing is saying, nah, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this. But you're not even listening to what people are actually trying to say to you. I don't know everything about you. Understand me, boss. Clearly, I don't. Yeah, on some things, I'm a novice or I'm an idiot, right? Whatever. And I'm happy to say that. And if someone could educate me a little bit more, I mean, even a man who we will say is a much smarter person than you, Riley, our owner of our football club, came out with wrong figures and then had to retract that shit the next day. What I'm trying to say to you, bro, and what Abs was trying to say to you, and what Riri was trying to say to you, if you keep doom scrolling and living within these echo chambers, yeah, you will only hear the same thing over and over again. What if some of those quotes that you're quoting off the top of your lips are wrong, bro? Do you not understand that? Sometimes things that people are telling you out of their own mouth are wrong. So when you're in here quoting things and just going off what someone else says, you're just being a puppet. You've got a hand up your ass and someone is moving your lips for you. Do you not understand that? Riley, take this opportunity.
Joe, for sure. Don't worry, bro. For sure, some seeds of like thought have been planted in Riley's head. I think on certain things, of just like how you consume information, things like that. You know, what you believe, like why do you believe it? You know.
And this is something I want to tell you as well, Riley. A lot of people didn't even want me to have you on my channel again, but I'm I'm of the thinking of there is no way you can be in the echo chamber. If I'm only listening to what people on my side are saying, that means I'm not hearing what the people on the other side are saying. I'm all here for it. If you want to talk to me, I'll talk to you. But you've got to listen to my points the same way I'm listening to your points, yeah? And look, maybe one day there'll be some education that comes my way. I go, right, maybe the left was right, blah, blah, blah. I'll tell you this right now, yeah? As Ab said earlier, I think black people tend to have a lot of left-leaning, right-leaning thoughts anyway because of the way we were raised when it comes on to certain topics, especially when it comes to certain things like LGBTQ plus and whatever else we're going to be talking about here. We all know how black people, African, Jamaican people were raised around certain things. I'm definitely going to tell you this right now. I only think there are 2 fucking genders, and I ain't even going to start this whole conversation anyway, yeah? But I'm just going to tell
that's
you.
another show. That's another show, Joe.
That's not a left thinking thing. It's the right thinking thing. I will tell you this right now. I'm always willing to listen, but Riley, all we're trying to say to you is this. Please take this and go away, yeah? I'm not going to tell you again, yeah? Don't just listen to everything that you're listening. Don't just listen to one source, yeah? You can't just take information that Rupert Lowe is giving you and just read everything he's saying and take it as gospel, because they get shit wrong. And they get shit wrong on purpose to rile up the crowd, to rile up the general public. In order for them to get you on their side, they need to say some outlandish things like, oh my God, there's an area of Britain that is 99% fucking Muslim. Are you mad? Of course you're mad. This is Britain. Don't be stupid, bro, and don't fall for the bait. That's what they want. Because in order for them to get into power, to get their own things across, to benefit them and them only, they need people like you who just fall for the bait, take the cheese, get caught in the trap. And then once it's over, it's over. You turn around and guess what? There'll probably be more Muslims in your area after that, because he ain't going to attend to those things. He ain't even going to pay attention to them things, because guess what? He'll take credit for what the government currently has done now and say, guess what, guys? Immigration is at its lowest it's ever been. Look what I did. That's what will happen, fam. But anyway, let me stop talking. It's been a good show. It's been my armpit. It got me hot. Got man hot, fam. Yeah, you got me hot in here, blood. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
You need to have more of these conversations on your show, though, bro. Like, I think it's nice to have these type of shows. So people that are inspired by this show to have a topic about something that I think this is just beyond Riley. It's like we just found a different a place where we can express just different thoughts about just different topics, and this is what Backhand Entertainment is all about. So guys, holla at Joe if you have a topic that is that you want to discuss. I think this is what it's all about, bro. So make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to Backhand Entertainment and the notification bell. Let's get Joe to 1,000. We know we can do it. Almost there.
Get me there before Riley. I beg you. He's hot on my heels.
Also get Riley's channel also.
Real legend vibes.
Fast through the door like a hurricane spinning. Backhand gang always winning, never thinning. Bricks in the vision, stacking heights like a ladder. The first reckless graduate, nothing else matters. Taught by the both KG, the professor. Class full of hitters, no time for the lesser. Blueprint sharp, every line be surgical. Gang move wild, but the hustle's vertical. Shut up! There's a takeover anthem. Backhand gang, no question, no tantrum. Bring with the bass, the streets gon' feel it. Records on the rise, no way to conceal it.